Yeah.
It's not, I don't think it's the chairman.
That's a good word for it, I guess.
What?
Somebody will have to tell me when it's 7 o'clock.
It's 7.
Is it 7 o'clock? Well, let's just so much pull the button. Okay, we got any public forum, Mr. Polly? No public forum? All right, we'll call the Towns County Board of Education meeting to order, and Dr. Brown will do the invocation.
Our dearest Heavenly Father, just thank you for a tremendous school year, and we just hope that you keep our students and our staff safe throughout this summer, and that we have another tremendous school year as the new year comes about. We appreciate living in this wonderful community. We just thank you for that on a daily basis, and we just thank you for your love and your guidance, and we ask that you guide us here tonight to make the decisions that are going to best impact our students and our staff. All these things we ask in your name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, has everybody looked over the agenda? Any questions about it? We have a motion to approve the agenda as written. Got a second? All in favor? None opposed, thank you. And the consent agenda, we don't have any fundraiser, field trips, just have the work session minutes. Any questions about any of those three things? Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Second? All in favor? None opposed? All right, we're going to discuss approving the final budget and salary supplement schedules.
Well, I think we've beat the budget in the ground for the past 2 months, and as we discussed at the meeting last week, we went through all the supplements and the budget, so I do recommend that we approve the fiscal year 2018 final budget and salary schedules.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the final budget and salary supplement schedule. Have a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. All right, Towns County Family Connection contract.
As we discussed last week, this is just the contract. Family Connections operates out of our school building. So this is the contract we have with them as we are the fiscal agent for Family Connections. So I do recommend that we approve this contract for fiscal year 2018.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the Family Connections contract. Do I have a motion to approve? Jerry, so moved. A second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed. Thank you. Okay, we're going to sell some school nutrition equipment. Get rid of it anyway.
Well, you skipped one. This is number 9, the nutrition program vendor list. So we went through that last week as well. This list has not changed. So these are the vendors that we will be using next year for school nutrition to purchase for our breakfast and lunch at the school. So I do recommend we approve this vendor list.
All right, we have a recommendation to approve the vendor list. I'll make a motion to approve that. Second, Stan. All in favor? None opposed. Thank you. Now we're going to get rid of some school nutrition equipment.
We had to change our software for school nutrition, and doing so, we had computers dated that was purchased back in 2002, which obviously is 15 years old. So we are getting rid of those computers and getting new ones for the cafeteria. So those are 4 of the things we are wanting to put on surplus. We also have 2 convection stacked ovens. The units are attached but identified separately. The year was purchased in 1998. Parts for repair are no longer available. So I do recommend that we approve these items to be put on surplus.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the disposition of the school nutrition equipment. Do I have a motion to approve? Got a second? Then? Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
What happens to the surplus? What happens to it?
We can either attempt to sell it, or it just allows us to be able to throw it away. If the board doesn't approve it surplus an item, we can't get rid of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
but we can still sell it.
We can still sell it if it's functional, but I think this is the reason we got that grant, to get that new oven that we've now purchased, because this one keeps going down, and keeps needing repair, which apparently there's no parts for, so I'm not sure it's even of any value. But we do attempt to sell things when we can.
But even metal
True.
scrapping.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we do. Scott has a trailer out there that we do take a lot of metal scrap, so if that worst case scenario, he goes and takes it down to Gainesville.
Any more discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. All right, discuss and approve the resignation of a middle school science teacher.
As discussed last week, Emily Hamilton has requested to resign from her sixth grade science position, so I do recommend we approve her resignation.
Okay, have a recommendation to approve Emily Hamilton's resignation, and I'll make a motion to approve that. One second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. All right, resignation of a high school Spanish teacher.
Jennifer Hogsett, who has been with us for a while, has taken a position in the elementary school at Union County, and so I do recommend that we accept her resignation as high school Spanish teacher.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the resignation of Jennifer Hogsett. Do I have a motion to approve? Have a second? Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. All right, resignation of a high school English teacher.
Ms. Housley, as we also discussed, her mother and her family live in Fannin County, and her mother was diagnosed with cancer earlier in the year, so she has accepted a job in Fannin County to be closer to her mother during this time, so I do recommend we accept her resignation as well.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the resignation of Judith Housley. Do I have a motion to approve? Jerry moved. Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. All right, let's have a high school special education parapro resignation.
This one was not on our discussion list last week. Carol Ramsack was a parapro for us, and she did have a teaching certification, and she has been offered a job at Haversham's Ninth Grade Academy. So she is wanting, obviously, to take that position, so I do recommend we accept her resignation as a paraprofessional.
Okay, a recommendation to accept the resignation of Carolina Ramsack. Do I have a motion to approve? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. Okay, recommendation of a maintenance custodian supervisor.
This will go into effect on July the 1st. Mr. Perrin would like to name Pat Coleman the maintenance custodian supervisor for the fiscal year 2018. So I do make a recommendation that we approve Pat Coleman.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve Pat Coleman as maintenance custodian supervisor. I'll make a motion to approve. Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed. Thank you. All right, recommendation of a maintenance custodian manager.
Mr. Perrin would like to name Alan Rogers the maintenance custodial manager, and that would be the position of Mono Ledford, who left us back in December, so that would fill that position for us. So I do recommend that we approve Alan Rogers.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve Alan Rogers as maintenance custodian manager. Do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
Motion. Have a second? Got a second. All in favor? None opposed. Thank you. All right, 4 parapros.
We do have 4 parapros, one in kindergarten, Trina Sylvie, Chelsea George for kindergarten special education, one for middle school, which would be Cheryl Peebles, and one for the high school, which would also be, well, this is Carol Ramsack. Yeah, that was Chelsea George. Jenna Cook?
Jenny Cook.
Jenny Cook. Oh, okay, I seen Jenny, I couldn't see the last name. And to approve Jenny Cook for the high school special ed parapro, so I do recommend we hire those 4 individuals.
Have a recommendation to approve the 4 parapros. Do I have a recommendation, or do I have a motion to approve? Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. All right, we want to hire a elementary school teacher.
Sandy Page would like to recommend Stephanie Youngblood for an elementary school position. Stephanie taught with us several years ago. When she had children, she stayed home with those children. I think she then taught at the Carolina Christian Academy where those kids went to school. And I think the oldest one is getting out of the 8th grade. And of course, you can't go to that school past the 8th grade. And so she would like to come back. She was a tremendous teacher and will be an asset to our school. So we're lucky to have her. So I do recommend we approve Stephanie Youngblood.
We have a recommendation to approve Stephanie Youngblood. Do I have a motion to approve? Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. I believe we're gonna talk about Allison Arnold that's sitting right back there, I think.
Usually we have band directors bring instruments and prove that they can actually play them. I didn't see you walk in with any, so we're just going to trust that you know how to play those instruments. So I would like to recommend Allison Arnold. It's always great for a graduate of Towns County to come back and get a position. So this is a great moment for us. So I do recommend Allison Arnold for the band director position.
A recommendation to approve Allison Arnold, and I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. All right, recommendation for an elementary school art teacher.
Dr. Page interviewed numerous individuals for this position, and this person stood out to her, Alexa Chandler. So I do recommend that we approve Alexa Chandler for that elementary art position.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve Alexia Chandler. Do I have a motion to approve? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Okay, we need a transportation assistant.
Scott Hamilton would like to recommend Royce Nicholson to be hired for the full-time position of transportation assistant, so I do recommend we hire Royce Nicholson.
Okay, we have a recommendation to hire Royce Nicholson as a full-time transportation assistant. Do we have a motion to approve? I've got a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Okay, high school English teacher.
This position is to replace Mandy Housley, who is going to Fannin County. There were several interviews for this position as well. The nice thing is we had a lot of great candidates for this position, and Rachel Searles, who's been in North Carolina, is moving to this area anyway with her husband, and she stood out, has done yearbook before, which is part of that position. So I do recommend Rachel Searles for the high school English teacher position.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve Rachel Searles as a high school English teacher. Do I have a motion to approve? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Thank you. You're up, Dr. Brown.
I don't have a whole lot. I just will say that the trip to Savannah was great. It's always good to spend time with board members outside of the board setting and getting to know everyone a little bit better. On an issue about our Spanish teacher situation, we have very few applications for that position, so just FYI, we're kind of in a pickle with that at this moment. So we are contacting other schools and seeing if they have applicants that didn't get the job that we might could call and see if they would be interested in coming to Towns County. So right now that is an issue this late in the year, but we are working diligently to actually try to find an applicant for that position. So I just want to keep you up to date on that as well. And also just a reminder, we only have one board meeting in July. So that will be it for the summer, and we'll be starting school as soon as we blink our eye. But that's all I have.
Okay, do we need a closed session?
We do not.
We do not. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed? Okay. Meeting adjourned.
Oh, my God.
Everybody think of that.
Okay.